the bankruptcy judge, when they get called to a case, because it happens all the time, actually. There's recently 7 major suits where um, they said they claimed the treasurer wasn't involved, and they secluded documents showing the treasurer wasn't involved. That's nonetheless, they called the bankruptcy court to declare bankruptcy, the lack of the ability to finance, theft, robbery, and the continual discussion if they try to bring finance up. And on the other side, and the bankruptcy judge looked through some of the documents and ruled in favor. If they bring any of this up, they're going bankrupt. We'll be there. We'll file the court-structured government bankruptcy or whatnot. Which, I mean, as a normal person, if you own a business, like, I'm starting a business, so if I were to corporately go bankrupt, I'd say, so the fuck what? I'd turn around and open another business and just ask the government for money and then give it back to them, and then file nullity of bankruptcy. Literally. So the bankruptcy judge will tell me there's no such thing, that nullity of bankruptcy is illegal, and I'll tell them that I received money from the same hand that bankrupted me, and I'm paying it by the same hand that said, and therefore their initial say was illegal, which is what the cop tried doing in court, and the judge had a simple question: is there an injury? And the cop said, well, fuck, yeah, of course there is. Well, there it is there, then you're the criminal. So Trump tried using civil discussion, because civil discussion goes through the books in court, and to rob the people of, you turn on TNT and you watch the drama showcase, or you turn on Judge Judy and you watch the minute civil showcase. The country has a law showcase. They have the right not to be burdened with law. That means they could not turn on that TV show. That doesn't mean the country has the right not to practice law. So anyways, this cop, he goes, sits on death row. And the judge said, by the same order and say as that of court, would be the same order and say as that of to execute the cop, if he's found to be a criminal liar. Bankruptcy judge declared that he's paying to the execution of the police officer due to lie, which is common sense. What happened was the cop killed children. They brought women into the case. So there's a cop in front of me. He's parked. He's probably a man. There was him and I. We both ruled everything out below our waist from the very start because we're both men. In ruling out everything below our waist, we knew that in standing behind each other, we would act strange or stupid or dumb, but we would not abuse each other. A judge called women into to the scenario after we pre-mapped him and I out, committing a crime, which is illegal. The law defines it as illegal. Cop went off, killed children. There's more than one cop. Cop went off, killed children. The women started penalizing. So when we we did a set of actions penalizing was in there, and they actually tried going to court saying we're legal, we're penalizing, after an attorney asked if the male judge is penalized or whatnot. And so the cop went off, killed children. In their lie of penalizing, they figured they would support the penalizing lie with the justorial finding of murder, or the acquittal on murder. There's no such thing, it's non-justifiable. The justorial finding, justified as it went. Yes and no was in every sentence, and literally they could prove it. It's horrible. Yeah. So when people quit condoning their discussion, they deemed themselves eligible to have judgment in favor. They gave themselves a judgment, and they said proof of their judgment was proof that the cop didn't kill the children, and released the children. When they released that the cop didn't kill the children, so to release the cop, when the cop was released, the cop went off and committed larceny, because it's non-justifiable. The FBI went public, told everybody there's mass riot. We're talking about there's a liquor store right here. People were breaking out liquor store windows because they claimed alcohol was the devil. Mass riots, and that's all they did. Every liquor store, nothing else. Gas station, fuck a gas station. It's liquor. It's, liquor. Yeah, all types of shit. It was crazy. And so the FBI declared that they would file bankruptcy, and with bankruptcy would be larceny for every murderer, in fact. So when they released the cops that killed the children, the cops killed the FBI for filing larceny on factual murder cases. The bankruptcy judge found out the financial litigation was under scrutiny of murder from the release of murderers, is what the law has it down as. So that understanding what happens means nothing in comparisons to the law and being sound by law. So you can't turn that in because the women are committing crime. So the judge, he has an ongoing crime where they organized the male panel of court, and then they force mass women into the court. And then if the people start getting the grand notion that court has to be called, they have the criminal implement the civil law of court, the criminal of court, which is the women. So they figured that they would shuffle my case to the women. So I got her to her apex, and then I fucking kicked her out. I did the same thing with the presidency. It's not a theory, it's not a concept, it's a fact that these judges will be killed and prosecuted. So it's pretty horrible.